Hello, beautiful soul family. Rebecca here, your vibe mentor. And this continues to be the space for conscious, purpose driven entrepreneurs who are looking to remove the blocks that hold you back from your purpose so that you can manifest abundance and assist in creating heaven on earth. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Monday Magic Intuitive Energy reading. As you know, my favorite day of the week. I love, 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 love being given permission to sit in stillness and listen and document the energy that I'm sensing. What better job could you ask for in the entire world, really? I mean, other than, of course, helping people heal their blocks and step into abundance, but that's for another day. So, speaking of sitting in stillness, let's just take a minute to ground into the energy of now. And I hope for your sake that you are feeling the deliciousness of the energy that I am experiencing right now. And if you're not, don't worry, because I find that there are certain groups of people that are about 2 to 3 days behind, and then another group of people that can even be 4 or 5 days behind. So if you are a conscious, purpose-driven entrepreneur looking to remove the blocks, if you're part of this soul family, if you're walking the path, if you're taking the steps, it is very likely that you will experience what I experience. What I'm finding is it's those who are not on the path that tend not to resonate or feel anything at all. It is not uncommon if you think about sugar as an example, when you eat sugar all the time, you don't really feel what it does to your body, or fast food is another great example. Then when you stop and you purify your body and you no longer eat sugar on a regular basis, or you no longer eat fast food on a regular basis, alcohol is another example. You don't really notice what it does to you until you stop. So this is kind of similar, right? When we're off the path, when we're unconscious, when we're very firmly rooted in 3D thinking, it doesn't make sense. We can't resonate with it. But when you step onto the path, when you stop eating the sugar, you feel everything. And it's sort of a desensitization that happens when you're not on the path, or when you are eating those detrimental foods, that you just can't feel what's going on. And so don't shoot the messenger if you're not here. This is for those who are here and who are on the same path. And it is a reminder that you are not alone, that we are all in this together. So before we jump in, I want to let you know, don't forget, I am hosting a masterclass. It's called the More Than Okay Masterclass. It is all about stopping those tendencies, those trauma responses of people pleasing, overgiving, perfectionism, so that we can remember our wholeness. And it's really all about shifting your identity, shifting the way you see yourself, shifting from that self-abandonment mindset to the self-love mindset. And it's more than, oh, okay, I love myself, looking in the mirror. No, it's embodying it. It's remembering you are a chosen, divine, precious being, and really feeling that, learning to rest in that knowing, because we are creators, we're manifesting all the time, and we are creating more of the same on autopilot if we are not consciously creating. And we cannot create consciously our dreams and desires if we are not manifesting from a place of high self-worth, high self-confidence. If you have a poor self-concept, you will not be able to manifest your dreams. And so this is really sort of that first foundational baseline skill of seeing yourself as you truly are, seeing yourself in your divine rights, seeing yourself as your creator sees yourself. So I would love to see you there. There'll be a link below. If you hear me say the More Than Enough masterclass, I apologize. I don't know why. I must have flipped the names when receiving the channeling, but More Than Okay, More Than Enough, it's all about your wholeness and remembering your oneness and remembering your perfection in your divinity, so that you can manifest that place from that place of certainty in your deservingness and your worthiness. All right, so let's jump in. How about these energies, hey? I love it when I get to bring you good news, and this is one of those moments. Just sort of a recap, that last week about this time, I was really feeling like we had gone for a wild ride. We had sort of dove into the underworld of the 12th house, and very much potentially could have been triggered by the sun in the 12th house before it entered Aries. But it was really the last couple of weeks leading up to last week where we started to see the reprieve, that we felt that we were really deeply being tested. And of course, all of my clients are saying the same. It's ample triggers and testing, ample 12th house issues, which means subconscious, sort of your deepest, darkest fears. Sometimes it's the fears that even hide from our own conscious awareness until they are sort of slammed into our face and we get to see them for all of their full glory so that we can heal them and move through them. So that's kind of what we went through for the probably 3 weeks prior to last week. And then last week, right around probably the Thursday preceding last Monday, so about 10 days ago, we started to see a little bit of reprieve. It started to feel a little bit softer, a little bit easier. It wasn't as dense or thick or heavy. And that has continued to progress all throughout this week, which is so beautiful. And finally, by around Thursday, Friday this past week, 3, 4 days ago, it really felt light and hopeful and full of joy and promise. And it felt like we were in a new world, right? That there's just hope is such a big theme in the energy, is this reassurance and the promise that it is coming, that all is well, all is in perfect divine order. Everything that you have been working on manifesting is coming. And it really, it feels like we're in a new world. And I will say, probably 2 weeks ago, two energy readings ago, there was that feeling of just a really thick cloud and this uncertainty, knowing that the old was dead and the new was being born. But yet this, I literally envisioned this sheet of fog that divided us between the old world and the new world, and us standing in the middle of that, having one foot on the ground and one foot on a wobbly boat that was about to take us somewhere. And we were straddling this unstable ground with no clear vision of what we were moving into. And now I feel like we've stepped into the new world. We are on the new ground, whether it's a boat or solid ground. There's still quite a bit of uncertainty around what that looks like, but there's a feeling of knowing that we are in this new world, right? We are in a new place now. And I found myself remembering, looking back into my past, that I am Capricorn rising. So it's Saturn dominant. So it's not surprising to recognize these 7-year cycles in my life. And I will say that cycles are common. The length of the cycle will vary by the person. So kind of look for your pattern. Look for, do you find 3-year cycles? Do you find 7-year cycles? I do notice 3, 7, and 10 to be pretty significant in my life. And it's as if there's these choice points, these moments of the fork in the road where I make a decision and I say, yep, I'm going to get into this relationship, even though I'm ignoring the red flags and I know it's not healthy. And it takes me 7 years to get through that decision to the other side. And, the reverse is true. The decision of, nope, I'm not going to be in any relationships. And sure enough, it took me 7 years to get through that single phase. And it feels as if we have stepped into this new, and it's not always relationship related. Business also followed about a 3.5-year cycle, 7 years total from, one transition to the other. We don't need to get into the details, but the point being that we're in this new cycle. We are in a new phase. We are in a new story. We're in a new chapter, however you want to look at it. This is a very different world than we stood in a month ago. And for whatever reason, it may have required a bit of a shock, a bit of a jolt, a bit of a surprise, a bit of that deep dive into the underworld to bring us up and to resurface in a new land. It's almost as if if you think about, a divider in the ocean, that you have to dive deep to get under that wall so that you can come back up on the other side. That's very much what that's feeling like right now for me. So the beauty is we are in new territory. And to me, it feels significantly softer and it feels more peaceful, as if there's more peace available. Now, I'll say that there is always how I'm sensing it versus how I see others experiencing it around me. oftentimes I will sense the chaos, but not feel tied up in the chaos. In this instance, I very much sense the peace, sense the stillness, sense the softness, and I see it in some, but not all, that there are still those who are aggravated. And so that what that tells me is that your state of being, your state of mind, what you are cultivating will very much influence how you're experiencing the energy. And it is important to remember that all is mind. And the stories that we tell ourselves create the experiences that we draw to us. And because I am in a current state, and I'm going to finish this video and create a vlog video. So watch out for that coming in probably the following day. I'll give you more details around sort of what the experiences look like for me over the last month, because that is what has been so inspirational around this masterclass, around your deservingness and around your worthiness. And it is an honor and a privilege to be the receptor of these messages. And yet sometimes I want to be careful, because it was a bit of a jolting experience. It was a profound way to deliver the message, we'll put it that way. And sometimes I ask Source, like, really, you didn't have a better way? So I hope the wind isn't bothering you too much. It is absolutely gorgeous here. 65 degrees today, and it's beautiful, sunny, birds chirping. So after 6 months being cooped up in the cold Midwest, I hope you can appreciate the need to open the windows and let the light flow in, let the air flow in. So anyways, it really feels like we're at a place, and what I started to explain was that there's in my life a profound, strong urge, indication, instruction, guidance around rest, recuperation, healing to a level I've never experienced before. It's almost like you hit the pause button, you go into complete rest. And of course I'm still working, but it's very much from a take it as it comes. There is no urgency, there is no stress allowed, there is no rushing allowed, only rest, only ease. And it really feels strongly to me that we are being, those who are experiencing this as well, we are being told to chill the flip out, right? Like, oh, that was interesting. The wind concurs. The guidance is that Source is working while we rest. And it's important for us to rest so that Source can work. That in our hypervigilance and in overdoing things, we will actually prevent Source from working. Now, of course, I have to preface this with, if you are the type of person who is resting every day all the time anyways, then you may be called to the opposite. It might be time for you to take action. But again, that can be done from a place of ease. It doesn't have to come from a place of urgency or stress or worry or fear. So know that whatever you have done predominantly is likely shifting and changing, and you're being asked to do a little more of the opposite. And for me, I was, overworking and in perfectionism for so long that I keep inching more and more towards that state of manifestation and producing and creating from a place of ease. The other piece to note was that I very strongly get the guidance that it is already done. Whatever it is that you're working on, whatever it is that you're hoping for, whatever it is that you're manifesting, whatever it is you're praying for, whatever it is you've been focused on is already done. Let the winds of change bring it to you. And that was a direct quote from guidance from Source, right? Let the winds of change carry it to you. And if we remind ourselves of what we talk about quite a bit on the channel, is that hypervigilant, nervous, worried, fearful state of being, clenched, tight, resistant, masculine, blocking, will not be able to receive what is being brought to you. That we must be in that state of surrender and faith and trust and knowing and certainty and high vibration, which means at peace, at rest, okay, right? More than okay. Then that is the state of being that would allow the winds of change to bring it to you, right? To carry it to you. So find the peace, find the rest so that you can receive it. Again, masculine hypervigilance cannot receive. Rested, surrendered, open, trusting, knowing receives, right? Focus on the awe, focus on the gratitude, become a cheerleader, find your rampage, as Abraham Hicks likes to recommend. She says 17 seconds, but I find the longer you can go, the more momentum you build, the more powerful you become. And this was not part of the notes, but I'm getting reminded to remind you, you are the manifester. You are powerful. Your heart is the generator, right? The thoughts create and we feel the emotions in the body, but the heart expansion is what pushes that energy out there, right? So if you can be in a rampage, right? If you can say it is already done, it is coming, it's on the way, more and more just keeps coming. It overflows my cup. It pours into my life. There is so much wealth and health and love and joy and support. I don't even know what to do with it. My cup overflows so much that I can pour into others and just keep going and going and going. You build momentum. You open your heart and you expand your capacity to receive and your ability to create all at the same time without effort. You'll notice the tingling and the raising up in your body. You are powerful. It is time to learn to use the power you have been given because you have a responsibility, not just for yourselves, for those, but for those who you are here to assist, to help. So focus only on what you want. Become your own cheerleader. Again, this is touching on the masterclass that we're going to do Friday, is that need to know and be certain in your value and worth. It is an honor and a privilege to be in my energy. My work is of high service and deserving of massive compensation. What is the voice in your head saying to you? Is it anything along those lines? Because remember, you don't manifest what you want or what you desire. You manifest who you think you are. Right? So go on that rampage all around your value and your worth and what's coming into your life. And then be still. Take a deep breath. Roll back into the seat of your body. Right? When we're amplified and we're hypervigilant, we tend to project our body forward. We're moving away from the thing that we're fearing. And sometimes that's our own body. But you could roll back into the seat of your body and rest in the beautiful awareness of what gift it is to be here in this space and time in your body. What a beautiful gift it is to experience life, to be of high service and high value, to make the world a better place. And as you're stepping into those beliefs, one, if you're struggling with that, join us on Friday for the masterclass. But two, focus on self-care. Because the more love you send to yourself, the more you remind yourself, you deserve this. I'm worthy of this. Right? For so many years, I wanted to manifest the lottery. And who knows, it might still be coming. I said 444 million, and I think we're pretty close. So, but there was a part of me that questioned, have I earned it? Do I deserve it? And it wasn't until the moment that I said, yeah, I deserve it. Not because I've earned it, even though technically I've done enough to believe I've earned it. And that was part of my process. But simply because I breathe. That income is impact. And I can make the world a much better place the more I receive. So focus on your self-care. Tap into your dream with ease. Don't do effort, right? We're not efforting into our manifestation. We're feeling into that timeline that is now. There is a version of you currently in this exact moment that is experiencing the very thing that you hope to experience. Can you find her or him? Can you feel into what they are experiencing right now? Can you experience what they are experiencing right now? There is massive wealth on the way for those of us who are able to receive. Those of us who are good, kind-hearted people with good intentions. That's how I define actual worth and value. But the tables are turning. The scales are tipping towards those who have good hearts, who have done the healing work so that they can believe they deserve it. Literally, the heavens are opening up and pouring out health, wealth, love, support, abundance of every kind. And it is your job to get in a place where you are able to receive that. So know that wherever you are, of course, you're right where you should be. All is well. There are no problems. Everything is perfect, just as it is. Don't let the brain convince you that there's a problem, because there's not. It is only our perception of the illusion of a problem. That is the veil, by the way. It's your perception, our beliefs, the ways we choose to think, the ways we choose to see. So commit to pampering yourself, commit to loving yourself, commit to reminding yourself you're not just enough. You are more than okay. You are perfect, just as you are. There's nothing to fix. There's nothing to run from. It's all perfect when you let it be. Breathe that in. Soak it in. Claim it. Yes, it is done. And if you struggle to feel that goodness in your body right now, join me on Friday. We'll be live. I would love to see you live, but if you're shy, there will be a replay, or you can always join with your camera off, but we will be on Zoom. I love to love on you, so please come and let me pour into you. It is my gift that I love to offer. So I would love to see you there. Otherwise, keep an eye out for the next video tomorrow. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share if you know anybody that could benefit from this. Otherwise, I will see you on the next video. Namaste, my friends. Take care. I love you.